Hello, today I am going to discuss about cellular communication, the latest telephonic service that we are using. The conventional mobile systems use high power transmitters so that large geographical area could be covered, maybe an entire city or zone. This system had no handoff facility, leading to call breaking when the mobile unit moves from one zone to another zone. So conventional mobile system or mobile telephonic system has following limitations which were overcome by cellular concept. First limitation, inefficient spectrum utilization. Second one, poor service performance. Third one, limited service capability. So cellular telephone, what is the advantage of cellular concept? The revolution in cellular mobile communication began just a few years back. But during this short span of time, it has been changed from a status symbol to a necessity. Now all are using cellular phones. Initially, the cellular mobile system started for telephone conversation, but today it is being used for transmission of all sorts of information, including data, voice, video, internet, and other value-added services. So in cellular mobile telephone system, the service area is divided into smaller geographical areas called cells. So that is the difference. In cellular concept, we have cells. The cells are formed with an objective of frequency reuse. The cellular system is facilitated with handoff capability so that call is not dropped when mobile unit moves from one cell to another cell. Each cell has base station consisting of low power transmitters so that its radiation is restricted to respective cell boundary. All the base stations are connected to a master telephone switching office that is called MTSO, which monitors and controls the entire cell call processing. Thus, cellular mobile communication is free from the constraints of location, time, distance, and its kind. Means voice, data, fax, video, etc. Now let me show you a basic cellular network. A basic cellular network has 5 important components: mobile unit, cell site or base station, MTSO, system interconnects, and last one, communication protocol. A mobile unit is a portable, low-weight handset carried by the user which has wireless connectivity with nearest base station. Cell site provides an interface between the mobile unit and the MTSO. MTSO, the heart of the mobile system, contains cellular processor and cellular switch. The cellular processor processes the data received from base station controllers regarding the status of the mobile unit. It also processes the diagnostic data and billing information. The cellular switch is an analog or digital telephone exchange which controls switching between landline subscriber unit to base station or landline to mobile connectivity and vice versa. As system interconnect, the radio connectivity, voice grade, 4-wire line connectivity, optical fiber connectivity, microwave link, data link, etc. can be used. Communication protocols are protocols which govern the process of call connection and disconnection at the end of the conversation. Some examples of protocols are IS-54, IS-95, GSM, etc. Next is frequency reuse concept. As per frequency reuse concept, same frequency can be reused in radiation limited regions. When the field strength of radio waves goes on reducing with increasing distance and dies down almost completely after a distance, a co-channel cell is employed which reuse the same frequency. Some of the concepts that can be used for frequency reuse are TDMA, time division multiple access. Next one is CDMA, code division multiple access, then sectorial concept and cellular concept. So in frequency reuse concept, the minimum frequency reuse distance capital D can be obtained from this formula: D equal to root 3k into R. Here k is a constant depending on frequency reuse pattern and denotes the number of cells in a cluster of cells, and R, capital R, is the coverage radius of a cell. Next one is cell splitting. The physical size of a cell varies depending on user density and calling pattern. Broadly, we can classify the physical size in three categories. First one, macro cell. It has a radius of 2 to 24 km and base station transmitter power lies between 1 to 6 watt. Second one is micro cell. Micro cells are used in high density areas like large cities. The radius of such cells are 500 meter or less and base station power is 0.1 to 1 watt. Third one is picocell. These are smaller than microcells and can be used in well shielded area or areas with high interference where normal signal is very weak. Now lastly, two important aspects of this topic: cell splitting and handoff. Now what is cell splitting? The macro cells of cellular system can be split into micro and picocells. The purpose of cell splitting is to increase the channel capacity of the cellular system and improve its availability and reliability by reducing blocking for congested cells. Now cell splitting has certain demerits. It requires more handoff per cell. This increases the cost of the system. Now what is handoff? When a mobile unit enters from one cell to another cell, the call may drop because of the frequency spectrum allotted for the other neighboring cell is different. The call can be continued without dropping by a process called handoff. The transfer of the mobile unit from one base station to the control of another base station is called handoff. The handoff process is accomplished in 4 stages. First one, initiation. Second one, resource reservation. Third one, execution. And last one, completion. The smaller cells need frequent handoff. The analog cellular system use hardware circuits for accomplishing handoffs. Digital cellular system use soft handoff techniques which are more flexible and adaptive. When mobile unit moves from one service area to another service area, the process is known as roaming. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye. Have a nice day.